It's one of the biggest wonders of the world. The Great Wall of China is an iconic symbol of Chinese civilization and one of the most impressive architectural feats in history. It spans thousands of miles across northern China, winding its way through mountains, deserts, and grasslands. Its construction began over 2,000 years ago, during the Qin dynasty, 221 to 206 BCE, but the wall as we know it today was mostly built during the Ming dynasty, 1368 to 1644 BCE. What was the purpose of this wall? The primary purpose of the Great Wall was defense, to protect against invasions from northern nomadic tribes like the Xiongnu, Mongols, and Manchus. It served as a barrier, fortification, and observation post, with watchtowers strategically placed along its length. The Great Wall of China is an ancient series of walls and fortifications, totaling more than 13,000 miles in length, situated in northern China. This wall was often built and rebuilt over centuries as different dynasties rose and fell. Qin Dynasty, 221 to 206 BC, the first emperor of China, Qin Shi Huang, connected and extended several existing walls into a single unified structure to protect his empire from northern invaders. This early wall laid the foundation for the Great Wall we know today. Development of the Wanli Changcheng, or 10,000 li long wall, was one of the most aggressive structure projects at any point embraced by any civilization. The project was initially led by the famous Chinese general Meng Tian, who was said to have employed a huge army of soldiers, convicts, and commoners as laborers. The wall, primarily constructed of earth and stone, extended more than 3,000 miles west into Gansu province from the China seaport of Shanhaiguan. In a few key regions, segments of the wall covered for most extreme security, counting the Badaling stretch, north of Beijing, that was subsequently re-established during the Ming dynasty. From a base of 15 to 50 feet, the incomparable wall rose a few 15 to 30 feet high and was topped by ramparts 12 feet or higher. Guard towers were appropriated at stretches along it. Did you know? When Emperor Qin Shi Huang ordered development of the incomparable wall around 221 BC, the labor force that constructed the wall was made up to a great extent of fighters and convicts. It is expressed that upwards of 400,000 people died during the wall's development. This Great Wall contained many of these workers' graves. Han Dynasty, 206 BC to 220 AD. With the death of Qin Shi Huang and the fall of the Qin dynasty, a significant part of the incomparable wall fell into decay. During the Han dynasty, the Great Wall was extended and reinforced to protect the Silk Road trade routes and to defend against the Xiongnu nomads from the north. After the fall of the later Han tradition, a progression of boondocks clans held on to control in northern China. The most remarkable of these was the Northern Wei dynasty, which fixed and stretched out the current wall to protect against assaults from different clans. Northern and Southern dynasties, 420 to 589 AD, the Great Wall fell into disrepair during this period of political instability and was largely neglected. The Beiqi realm, 550 to 577 AD. Built or repaired in excess of 900 miles of wall, and the short-lived but effective Sui dynasty, 581 to 618, repaired and extended the Great Wall of China various times. Tang dynasty, 618 to 907 AD. With the fall of the Sui and the ascent of the Tang line, the incomparable wall lost its significance as a fortress, as China had defeated the Tujue clan to the north and expanded past the original frontier protected by the wall. Yuan dynasty, during the Melody line, the Chinese had to pull out under danger from the Liao and Jin people groups toward the north, who took numerous areas on the two sides of the Great Wall. The strong Yuan, Mongol, tradition, 1206 to 1368 AD, established by Genghis Khan, eventually controlled all of China, parts of Asia and segments of Europe. However, the Great Wall held little significance for the Mongols as a tactical stronghold. Fighters were doled out to man the wall to protect merchants and caravans going along the rewarding Silk Road shipping lanes laid out during this period. Ming Dynasty, 1368 to 1644 AD. Like the Mongols, the early Ming rulers cared hardly at all about building line fortresses, and wall building was limited before the late 15th century. On the site of the former Mongol city of Dadu, the Ming Emperor Yongle established Beijing as the new capital of China in 1421. The most famous and extensive construction of the Great Wall occurred during the Ming Dynasty. The Ming emperors built massive walls, watchtowers, and fortresses using bricks and stone, stretching over 8,850 kilometers, about 5,500 miles. The Ming walls were designed to be formidable barriers against Mongol raids and invasions. Under the solid hand of the Ming rulers, Chinese culture thrived, and the period saw a monstrous measure of development notwithstanding the incomparable wall, including extensions, sanctuaries and pagodas. The development of the incomparable wall as it is realized today started around 1474. Ming rulers took a largely defensive stance following an initial phase of territorial expansion, and their reformation and expansion of the Great Wall was crucial to this strategy. The Ming Wall stretched out from the Yalu waterway in Liaoning territory toward the eastern bank of the Taolai stream in Gansu area, and short of breadth its way from east to west through the present Liaoning, Hebei, Tianjin, Beijing, Internal Mongolia, Shaanxi, Ningxia, and Gansu. Walls still constructed during different Ming dynasties, beginning west of Juyong Pass, the incomparable wall was parted into south and north lines, separately named the internal and external walls. Vital passes, i.e., forts, and entryways were put along the wall. The Juyong, Dioma and Zijing passes, nearest to Beijing, were named the three inward passes, while additional west were Yanmen, Ningwu, and Piantu. The three external passes, each of the 6 passes, were intensely posted during the Ming time frame and considered indispensable to the protection of the capital. Significance of the Great Wall of China. During the 17th century, the Manchus from Focal and southern Manchuria got through the incomparable wall and infringed on Beijing, at last driving the fall of the Ming tradition and start of the Qing dynasty. Qing Dynasty, 1644 to 1912 AD. The Qing dynasty did not undertake significant construction on the Great Wall but instead focused on military garrisons and fortifications along its length. The Great Wall became the most widely used Western symbol of China between the 18th and 20th centuries. It was both a physical representation of Chinese strength and a psychological representation of the barrier the Chinese state built to keep out foreign influences and control over its people. Modern era. In the 20th century, parts of the Great Wall were damaged or destroyed due to natural erosion, human activity, and lack of maintenance. In recent decades, the Chinese government has invested in restoration efforts to preserve and protect this cultural heritage site. Over the years, roadways have been cut through the wall in various points, and many sections have deteriorated after centuries of neglect. The best-known section of the Great Wall of China, Badaling, located 43 miles, 70 kilometers, northwest of Beijing, was rebuilt in the late 1950s. UNESCO and NASA role. Today, the Great Wall is generally recognized as one of the most impressive architectural feats in human history. In 1987, UNESCO designated the Great Wall a World Heritage Site, and a popular claim emerged in the 20th century that it is the only man-made structure visible from space. NASA has since refuted this claim. Symbolism and tourism. Today, the Great Wall of China is one of the most visited tourist attractions in the world, offering visitors a glimpse into China's rich history and cultural heritage. It stands as a testament to the ingenuity, perseverance, and cultural heritage of the Chinese people.